I'm Big Bad Wolf.
I'm Little Pig.
You're very small.
You're very big, but now I've got you in my pot.
The water's getting very hot.
I'll cook you up and make a stew.
Why, that's an awful thing to do.
Now that's a silly thing to say. You ate my brother yesterday.
Why, so I did. I had forgot. This water's getting really hot.
And on the day before, it's you who ate my other brother too.
Did I do that? That wasn't nice. Could you put in a little ice?
They built their houses in the town. You huffed and puffed and blew them down.
Well, they were made out of straw and sticks, while yours is made of good, strong bricks.
First, I built my house of bricks, and then I fooled you with my tricks.
And now you got me in your pot. This water's getting really hot.
Say you're sorry, loud and clear.
I'm sorry. Let me out of here.
Louder, clearer, give a shout.
I'm sorry, Pig. Now let me out.
Now, do you promise to be nice?
I promise, Pig.
Then here's some ice. Sit down and cool yourself a bit. I'll read you something while you sit.
What will you read?
A tale that's true, a tale about both me and you.
Can I read too?
If you know how.
Of course I do.
Then let's start now.
We'll read Three Little Pigs right through. You'll read to me, and I'll read to you.
All right, next up we have Ethan Chin from 2A.
I teach him cool tricks. He eats everything off toothpicks. The puppy is super small and likes his fluffy white paws.
This is Little Horse by Shel Silverstein. My voice was raspy, rough, and cracked. I said, I am a little horse. They stuck a saddle on my back and jumped on me. And now, of course, they trot me and they gallop me. They prance me up and down the town, yelling, "Giddy up, little horse." Some things don't mean the very way they sound.
All right, next up we have Sophia Sipka from 2B.
Stuffies. Stuffies, stuffies, stuffies. Cute stuffies, animal stuffies, super duper squishy stuffies, soft furred squishy stuffies, those are just a few. Cat stuffies, dog stuffies, leopard spotted fur stuffies, painted dog soft stuffies, ocelot stuffies too. Stitch stuffies, angel stuffies, don't forget bear stuffies, last of all, best of all, I like turtle stuffies.
This is called My Fish Can Ride a Bicycle by Jack Proletsky. Do you all have fish? Have you seen fish? Have you ever seen a fish ride a bicycle? This poem will tell you about my fish. Ready? My fish can ride a bicycle. My fish can climb a tree. My fish enjoys a glass of milk. My fish takes naps with me. My fish can play the clarinet. My fish can bounce a ball. My fish is not like other fish. My fish can't swim at all.
All right, next up we have Quembly Majkowski from 2C.
Yellow is as nice as a dandelion far along the field, waiting. Yellow tastes happy in my taste buds. Yellow smells beautiful in the shining morning sun. Yellow feels sparky inside me like fireworks. Yellow looks like the sun beaming down on a summer day. Yellow sounds like a cardinal in the morning. Yellow makes me wake up and say, "Hello, yellow."
So this is another poem from Jack Preletsky, and this one I promised I would dedicate to my 2C class. And the title is I'm Building a Bridge of Bananas. I'm building a bridge of bananas. It's pretty, but not very strong. Bananas are not very sturdy. Initially, the bananas don't last very long. Initially green, and then yellow, increasingly speckled with brown. Inevitably, as they ripen, it's clear that my bridge will fall down. My bridge is developing fissures and even some sizable gaps. It's senseless to try and repair it. I might as well let it collapse. It waggles and sags in the middle. It wobbles and droops at the ends. And so I've alerted my neighbors as well as my family and friends. They're trucking in freezers of ice cream of every last flavor that's made, plus whipped cream and chocolate syrup, both of a premium grade. They're bringing me barrels of walnuts and cherries without any pits. We'll shortly be sharing delicious, gigantic banana bridge splits.
Next up, we have Anderson Adams from 3A.
I am a third grader. I wonder about baseball. I hear the sound of the bats hitting the ball. I see the ball in my glove. I want to have a no-hitter. I am a third grader. I pretend I am Freddie Freeman. I feel the rubber on the mound. I touch the chalk on the base path. I worry if I'm going to get on base. I cry if I get hit. I am a third grader. I understand the game of baseball. I say good game. I dream that I win the World Series. I try my best in the game. I hope we had fun. I am a third grader.
This is an original work of poetry that I've titled, That Teacher in 5B. I'll try it again. That Teacher in 5B. Thank you. In the land of the wildcats, Newicki did reign, a teacher of wisdom. She never complains. A lover of children, a dear friend to all. Despite the back pain, she always stands tall. She led the 5th graders on walks, mud and dry, then off to the Keys with a twinkle in her eye. Now comes the time she must bid us farewell, for retirement's calling, and it's going to be swell. Oh, the tales we could tell of her wonderful ways. Because of her math help, we solve problems in minutes, not days. Her name is unique. We shout it out in chapel with glee. How many letters are there really in Newicki? But Newicki's not just a teacher, you see. She's a mentor, a friend, and as kind as can be. She taught us about Jesus and has a faith without peer. We'll miss her prayers and her singing and her daily good cheer. So here's to Newicki with a heart so grand. May your days be filled with relaxation and a great suntan. Farewell to the whiteboards, the papers, the red pen. Now it's time for retirement. Let the adventures begin.
All right, next up we have Colin Jeffcott from 3B.
I'm a third grader. I wonder about the future. I hear the wind blowing. I want Jesus to rise. I'm a third grader. I pretend God is right next to me. I feel happy for every new day. I touch the air. I worry about my family when I'm at school. I cry when I'm in hurt. I am a third grader. I understand time. I say Jesus has arisen. I dream about my friends. I try new things. I hope we all go to heaven. I'm a third grader.
The weavers. I was sittin', I was knittin' on a sweater I could wear. When I finished, I said proudly, "Hey, I've done some weaving there." But old Spider on the wall said, "Can you do it in the air? Can you spin it out of gossamer from the ceiling to the stair? Can you let the wind blow through it so it sways but doesn't tear? Then can you grab onto it and swing lightly by a hair? When you can, then you may truly say, I've done some weaving there."
All right, and unfortunately, our 3C winner, Harper Bontrager, is unable to be here today, but she has a couple of classmates that are volunteering to read her poem.
Broken by Harper Bontrager, our classmate. Once I was upstairs with my sister in the hall. We were playing toss and having a ball, but I slid on a rug and my toe got stuck. Ouch, it went backwards. Yuck.
I hopped downstairs and took off my sock, and I felt very, very shocked. My big toe was purple and blue. Then I had to go to the doctor too. I had to wear a boot for 8 weeks straight, but after it healed, I felt great.
This poem is by Broad Baggart. It's called Bad Words. She actually said it. She said it in class. It sounded so nasty, it sounded so crass. The children stared, the teacher scowled, the custodian cried, the principal howled. Then poor little Patty, my very best friend, she opened her mouth and she said it again. Bad words, we all began to chant. Never, never, never say the words, I can't.
Okay, next up we have Kayla Morales from 4A.
Florida is the muggy, hot summers, the warm, rainy spring, the windy, beautiful weather of fall, the chilly winters not exactly cold. This is Florida, the rushing streams, the glimmering ponds, the great lakes, and the deep swamps. This is Florida, the famous Everglades running through all of Miami, the lush trees, the evergreen forests, the pollen of the flowers. This is Florida. The chirping birds, the slithering snakes, the humming bees, the movement of the water from the mighty gators. This is Florida. The bubbling waves of the Atlantic, to the giant Lake Jesup, to the Ekalakachi River, to the quiet streams. This is Florida. The capital city of Tallahassee, the peaceful city of Orlando, the crowded city of Miami, the tropical area of Tampa. This is Florida. The home of the famous Disney World, to Universal Studios, to SeaWorld, to the Animal Kingdom. This is Florida. The tropical islands of the Keys is one of the best tropical places to visit. It's famous for its key lime pies, delicious in my opinion. This is Florida, the perfect place for vacation. The sandy beaches, the murky swamps, the busy cities. This is Florida. The state connects the countryside, the busy cities, the rainy and muggy places, the tropical islands, all together. This is Florida.
The Road Not Taken by Robert Frost. Two roads diverged in a yellow wood, and sorry I could not travel both. and be one traveler, long I stood, and looked down one as far as I could to where it bent in the undergrowth, then took the other as just as fair, and having perhaps the better claim because it was grassy and wanted wear. Though as for that, the passing there had worn them really about the same. And both that morning equally lay, in leaves no step had trodden black. Oh, I kept the first for another day, yet knowing how way leads on to way, I doubted if I should ever come back. I shall be telling this with a sigh, somewhere ages and ages hence, two roads diverged in a wood, and I took the one less traveled by, and that has made all the difference.
Next up, we have Fallon Boyanton from 4B.
The ocean blue. The ocean is blue. I wake up. I feel sad. I feel empty. Till I feel the ocean breeze on me. I heard dolphins in the sunrise. Like a bird, the axolotls were flying in the sea. I see the moon controlling the waves. I see the colorful coral thriving in the ocean. The fish playing in their school. And starfish being their true beautiful selves, the sharks cuddling with their newborns, and the whales chatting happily in the ocean, or the orcas feeding their children, and the seals playing hide and seek in the cold Atlantic Ocean. The ocean is beautiful, the ocean is kind, the ocean is my happiness, and it makes me thrive.
This poem is dedicated to our retiring teachers. You've worked really hard, you've come this far. I hope you know how blessed you are. New tomorrows, brand new plans, all of them are in God's hands. You'll have more hours in the day to hope, to dream, to rest, to play. You'll find new ways to be inspired. Congratulations, you've retired.
All right, next up we have Elizabeth Aziz from 4C.
Art. Art is something I enjoy. It is like a creative toy. It makes my body draw. It leads people in awe. Make a bird, make a tree. You can even make a bee. Make a musical instrument like a guitar. You can even draw a car. All in all, drawing is the best. But when you finish, take a rest.
This is called Television by Roald Dahl. The most important thing we've learned, so far as children are concerned, is never, never, never let them near your television set. Or better still, just don't install the idiotic thing at all. In most every house we've been, we've watched them gaping at the screen. They loll and slop and lounge about and stare until their eyes pop out. Last week in someone's place, we saw a dozen eyeballs on the floor. They sit and stare and sit until they're hypnotized by it, until they're absolutely drunk with all that shocking, ghastly junk. Oh yes, we know it keeps them still. They don't climb out the windowsill. They never fight or kick or punch. They leave you free to cook the lunch and wash the dishes in the sink. But did you ever stop to think, to wonder just exactly what this does to your beloved tot? It rots the sense in the head. It kills imagination dead. It clogs and clutters up the mind. It makes a child dull and blind. He can no longer understand a fantasy, a fairyland. His brain becomes as soft as cheese. His powers of thinking rust and freeze. He cannot think, he only sees. All right, you'll cry, all right, you say. But if we take the set away, what shall we do to entertain our darling children? Please explain. We'll answer this by asking you, what used the darlings once to do? How used they keep themselves contented before this monster was invented? Have you forgotten? Don't you know? We'll say it very loud and slow. They used to read. They'd read and read and read and read and then proceed to read some more. Great Scots, gadzooks, one half their lives were reading books. The nursery shelves held books galore. Books cluttered up the nursery floor. And in the bedroom by the bed, more books were waiting to be read. Such wondrous, fine, fantastic tales of dragons, gypsies, queens, and whales, and treasure islands and distant shores where smugglers rode with muffled oars, and pirates wearing purple pants, and sailing ships and elephants, and cannibals crouching round the pot, stirring away at something hot. It smells so good, what can it be? Good gracious, it's Penelope. The younger ones had Beatrix Potter with Mr. Todd, the dirty rotter, and Squirrel, Nutkin, Piglin Bland, and Miss Tiggy Winkle, and just how the camel got his hump, and how the monkey lost his rump, and Mr. Toad, and bless my soul, there's Mr. Rat and Mr. Mole. Oh, books, what books they used to know, those children living long ago. So please, oh please, we beg, we pray, go throw your TV set away, and in its place you can install a lovely bookshelf on the wall. Then fill the shelves with lots of books, ignoring all the dirty looks, the screams and yells, the bites and kicks, and children hitting you with sticks. Fear not, because we promise you that in about a week or two of having nothing else to do, they'll now begin to feel the need of having something to read. And once they start, oh boy, you'll watch the slowly growing joy that fills their hearts. They grow so keen, they'll wonder what they've ever seen. In that ridiculous machine, the nauseating, foul and clean, repulsive television screen. And later, each and every kid will love you more for what you did.
Next up, we have Noah Howell from 5A.
This poem is about my dog named Cooper. Happy birthday to my strange dog. My dog is strange, like really strange. My dog is biting his water and drinking his food. My dog is about medium height, golden Labrador, and a party hat is on him. And he does jumping jacks if I give him treats. My dog loves sprinkles, especially sprinkle cookies. My dog also loves me, but do I love him? He has been a bad dog many times, but he has been a good dog many times. Is it time to make him normal, or should he stay the same? Someone help me. I need the wires to my brain of my dog. I lost a screw to his brain. But beside that, I love my dog. You are a cool dog, especially with your party hat. Well, maybe because you always have it on. But I forgot to tell you. I named you Doge, not because of the meme, but because you remind me of the party Doge. So why didn't I name you Party Doge? Am I the weird one? Am I the crazy one? Yes, I probably am. How have I not noticed this? I am too crazy to realize. I think I need to fix the wires in my brain, maybe even the screws, because I think my brain fell out.
All right, I'm going to need your help on this poem. If you were here last year, you've probably heard it, but I'm going to need your help. So, we're going to make zoo noises. Over there, I need that section to say meow. Let's try that one more time. Good. And you'll only do it when I point to you like that, okay? Or when okay. And this section, moo, moo. Let's try that again, 2 times. Just 2 times, that's all I need. Ready? Good job. All right, this section, ruff, 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 like a dog. Ready? Okay, let's try that one more time. Ready? Good job. This section, cock-a-diddle-doo, like a rooster. Ready? Good, just 1 time. And then the adults in the room, you're gonna have to be the monkeys, so you guys can do double duty here, the adults sitting here, but if you could say, screech, screech, like a monkey. Ready? Okay, I think we're ready. Everybody remember their parts? Let's try one more time. And adults? Good job. Here we go. This is a poem by Broad Baggart called Our Classroom Zoo. Kitty whiskers, kitty feet, kitty sounds are soft and sweet. Moo cows standing all around. Listen to the moo cow sound. Puppies pouncing playfully. Why do puppies bark at me? Every day the rooster crows. This is how a rooster goes. Monkey tail, monkey hair. Monkeys climbing everywhere. Our classroom sounds just like a zoo. Watch out for that kangaroo. Boing.
All right, our next reader is Lael Hain from 5B.
How special am I? How special am I that all the snowflakes are different? Some may be alike, but each their own. That every blade of grass was plucked carefully from heaven and placed tediously in the soft soil, like each different dandelion, dancing delicately in the breeze. Like a shell on the beach, all treasures from the sea, made by thee, the Lord. How special am I that I was created with intent. My life was planned for me, only me. All people made different, their own special lives. This is the special life I was meant to live. My fingers are my fingers, my toes are my toes, my thoughts are my thoughts. This life is the life I was meant to experience. The body that I inhabit, specially designed for me. How special am I that each sunset was beautifully painted by the Lord. How life is like a book, every chapter is new. Like the stripes on a zebra, never the same, always different. So, how special are you?
So I just came back from Marine Lab with the 5th graders, and so there was a lot of times we talked about fear. So this is to the 5th grade class, overcome your fears. Fear is an unpleasant feeling. It can cause us to panic, send us reeling. Many fears are created in our own mind, cause us not to see reality as we are blind. Fear can stop any progress. It can stop our success. Fear has no use in our life. It can cause many a strife. But you can overcome your fears by talking about them with someone dear. Someone you look up to and trust is a first step that is a must. They may help you see more clearly that what you fear is only a thought in your mind that may never happen in any way. Acknowledge and facing fear is the first step to sending fear down the doorsteps. Relax your mind and your body. Focus your thoughts on the jolly. Don't let fear control your mind. When you change your thoughts, you will find that your fear will disappear.
Next up, we have Charlotte Sells from 5C.
Stars. Stars have so many that are bright. Stars are what lights up the sky at night. Stars guide you home when you are lost because they glow. Stars are everywhere you can possibly go. Stars are the light of the world. Stars can also sometimes be twirled. Stars are there whether you go up or down. Stars can make you smile and not frown. Stars can also be you and me. So go out there and be the best you can possibly be. God loves us one and all because we are stars. God loves you even if you're on Mars.
This poem is by Ken Nesbitt. It's called My Kitten is a Ninja. My kitten is a ninja. He wears a black disguise. He sneaks up on me stealthily and takes me by surprise. I never hear him coming. He doesn't make a peep. He hides, then glides in silently and makes a flying leap. I don't know why he does it. The reason isn't clear. He simply likes to tackle me, then swiftly disappear. I wish that he was normal and didn't act like that. My life would be so different if I had an average cat. I'd play with him and pet him and treat him gingerly. Instead, whenever he's around, I get an injury.
Next up, we have Haley Nicklin from 6A.
Tween in the halls. In the halls of middle school, where textbooks weigh a ton, tests, quizzes, and assignments all needing to be done. After 7th period, it's elective time, letting our creativity take flight. From choir to newspaper, it's a daunting sight. Pay attention in class and don't let your focus roam. Lunch attention's a wait if you left your Chromebook at home. You forgot your undone or didn't get your yellow slip signed. Now you're stuck in detention, a student left behind. Try to smile through the chaos and never fear. Our middle school dramas will soon disappear. Remember, when the stress seems to have won, God is guiding you through these years to also have fun. Class trips, dances, and after-school sports, playing dodgeball and trying not to smell those stinky locker room shorts. Our teachers help us to grow our minds, and our classmates teach us to always be kind. When our high school days arrive, we will not be scared. Thank you to our middle school years for making us prepared.
"1 Inch Tall" by Shel Silverstein. If you were only 1 inch tall, you'd ride a worm to school. The teardrop of a crying ant would be your swimming pool. A crumb of a cake would be a feast and last you 7 days at least. A flea would be a frightening beast if you were 1 inch tall. If you were only 1 inch tall, you'd walk beneath the door, and it would take about a month to get down to the store. A bit of fluff would be your bed. You'd swing upon a spider's thread and wear a thimble on your head if you were 1 inch tall. You'd surf across the kitchen sink upon a stick of gum. You couldn't hug your mama. You'd just have to hug her thumb. You'd run from people's feet in fright. To move a pen would take all night. This poem took 14 years to write, 'cause I'm just 1 inch tall.
Next up, we have Jordan Plumtree from 6B.
Friendship. If we were younger, I would push you on the swing, play tag, and be little kids like we should be. We didn't need to be grown up or have responsibility. It would just be you and me. Now I sit here wondering if you still like me, still know me. It's getting harder for us to agree. Are we still friends or getting to a place where we sit quietly? I'm sitting alone, watching you have fun. You were beginning to grow. Now you have new friends, and I'm just someone that you used to know.
A Prayer in Spring by Robert Frost. Oh, give us pleasure in the flowers today, and give us not to think so far away as the uncertain harvest. Keep us here, all simply in the springing of the year. Oh, give us pleasure in the orchard white, like nothing else by day, like ghosts by night. And make us happy in the happy bees, the swarm dilating round the perfect trees. And make us happy in the darting bird that suddenly above the bees is heard, the meteor that thrusts in with needlebill and off a blossom in midair stands still. For this is love, and nothing else is love, the which it is reserved for God above to sanctify to what far ends he will, but which it only needs that we fulfill.
Next up, we have Silvana Pineda from 6C.
Hello, stranger. Strangers say hi, strangers say bye, and all strangers leave, just like you left me. My memories of you used to make me smile, but now they make me cry. I remember the days we walked, talked, and laughed. Now all I know of is heartbreak, heartache, and the dirty lies you've said. Not knowing the truth was torture. You didn't know or care about me, just as a stranger wouldn't have. I hate having to doubt whether you love me or not. I hate how you made me feel like it was all my fault, when you were the one who lied, denied, and pushed me aside. Now to me you've died. Now to me you're just any other guy walking down the street. But I'll always remember when you weren't just any other stranger.
I wrote this poem in honor of my sister Sandy. Sisters. In a house where giggles roam, two sisters made a happy home. Through fights and fusses, tears and trends, they found their way to being best friends. Once the sun, the other the moon, together they create their very own tune. Bickering over clothes and shoes, but sharing secrets never to lose. They swap stories in the dead of night, under covers and out of sight. Whispering dreams and silly schemes, their bonds as tight as it seems. In times of trial and triumph, they stood side by side. Through storms and sunshine, their unity never died. Hand in hand, they conquered strife, two sisters, best friends for life. In the garden of life where memories bloom, a bond so deep not even time can consume. My sister, my confidant, my dearest friend, a journey together, a path with no end. Through laughter and tears, we danced in the rain, our souls intertwined a beautiful chain. But fate's cruel twist, it took you away, leaving me lost in the cold of dismay. Oh, how I miss your infectious smile, your present made life so worthwhile. In the silence of night, I call out your name, hoping to find you, but it's never the same. The echoes of your laughter haunt my dreams as I navigate life's turbulent streams. Gone is the light that once lit my way, leaving darkness to linger and stay. But though you're gone, in my heart you'll stay, forever cherished, come what may. Through memories shared, your spirit lives on in every sunshine and every dawn. So I'll carry you with me wherever I go, in the whispers of wind, in the gentle flow. Though parted by distance, our love transcends, for you were not just my sister, but my best friend. In the wacky circus of life, where chaos reigns, my sister and we played silly games. With her by my side, there's never a dull day. In our little world, we'd laugh and play. She'd wear socks on her hands, a hat made of cheese, when I danced like a monkey swinging from trees. Together we'd sing, horribly out of tune, but who cares about pitch when we would howl at the moon? One time she got stuck in the doggy door. I laughed so hard I fell to the floor. With butter up her nose and jelly in her hair, we'd stir up chaos, an unruly affair. But now she's gone off on some wild spree, leaving me alone with just memories. Oh, how I miss her crazy antics and quirks, like when she serenaded the neighbor's squirrels. Though she's no longer here to make me grin, her spirit lives on deep within. She wasn't just my sister, that's clear, but my joyous companion, always near.
Next up, we have Natalie Gunther from 7A.
Not unreachable. The apple at the top of the tree, the caged bird's longingness to be set free, the hopes of you being with me. If you think these things are unreachable, I disagree. Get a ladder, climb up high, release the bird and watch it fly. Talk to him even if you're shy. Nothing is unreachable if you try.
I present to you another original work of poetry titled Nothing Rhymes with Schultz. I did try. In a school in Oviedo, in a classroom quaint and neat, we love a teacher named Schultz, always capable of great feats. She may not move very fast, but she does everything with flair. She taught us all many things with kindness, love, and care. But now the time has come for Schultz to bid us adieu. Her retirement's on the horizon, her teaching days nearly through. There will never be another like her, of that I am sure, with a smile always so warm and a heart ever pure. Her dedication and work ethic are beyond compare. We're thankful she brought us the Poetry Slam every year. She taught us math and science and, yes, spelling, woohoo! But most of all, she shared with us Jesus, and now we believe too. So here's to you, Mrs. Schultz, as you head into the sun to spend your days in leisure, finally have some fun. Although we'll miss you dearly as you venture into the blue, we'll never forget the lessons we learned from you. So let's offer a prayer to Mrs. Schultz, one of the greats of them all, as she embarks on retirement following the Lord's call. Goodbye, dear teacher. May your days be bright and fair, and may your retirement be filled with joy beyond compare.
Next up, we have Alex Akimapur from 7B.
What was lost? I love to play in the valley with my greatest friend. When the sun shines so brightly, it's as if the day will never end. We prance in the sunlight, our faces plastered with a smile. We love to race each other, often to the nearest mile. When the rain pours down, we go inside and keep our spirits high. Soon the rain dissipates and nighttime is nigh. We return to our blankets and sleep the night away. We know that the morning will be a glorious day. Sing your song of joy as you prance in the sunlight. I'll never forget the day we fought. To abandon me for someone else is cruel. Every day I pray I'll find a friend greater than you. Remember the days we used to be friends? Every day we'd laugh and play forevermore. Many days I think back to what we did. If only we knew our faults, we could have prevented the end. Remember when we argued and pushed each other too far? Slowly I've come to learn that was my downfall. Every day I wish I could prance in the sunlight again with you.
I'm happy to say no one used this excuse this year. My Doggy Ate My Essay by Darren Sardelli. My doggy ate my essay.
He picked up all my mail. He cleaned my dirty closet and dusted with his tail. He straightened out my posters and swept my wooden floor. My parents almost fainted when he fixed my bedroom door. I did not try to stop him. He made my windows shine. My room looked like a palace and my dresser smelled like pine. He fluffed up every pillow and folded all my clothes. He even cleaned my fish tank with a toothbrush. Well, my toothbrush and a hose. I thought it was amazing to see him use a broom. I gladiate my essay on how to clean my room.
Next up, we have Zachary Lerner from 7C.
The sadness of loss. In the echoes of the field where dreams soared so high, now linger the shadows of defeat where hope begins to fade. The parents' roar turns to silence as the final seconds fly. On the soccer field, our courage was betrayed. Each missed goal is like a dagger through the heart as the score tells the story of all our shattered dreams. In the sadness of defeat, we were pulled apart by the harsh reality, nothing is that as it seems. Yet through the sadness, a spark of hope ignites, for in the sadness of loss, character is forged. With every trip, we learn to stand upright, and from the ashes of defeat, new victories emerge.
I would like to share with you one of my personal philosophies of life. Dessert last by Julie Herbert. Tell me what you think about dessert coming last. Once we've eaten such a big course, there's no room for dessert's extra mass. Dessert is a favorite of all meals, the one we're all looking forward to. So yummy and mouth-watering, I can't bear to miss out on this one too. In life, there are things that can't be done or have to be put on hold. And sometimes dessert is just like that, disappointment and feeling uncontrolled. But it doesn't have to be like that. Missing out on something good is the worst. We all know life is too short, so let's eat our dessert first.
Next up, we have Natalia Aguilar from 8A.
A ray of hope. It cannot be touched or dropped. However, it can be found or lost. It is a delicate, dangerous, and valuable force, similar to a powerful torch, a beam of light in the dark. Darkness can be heavy and rush in like a terrifying typhoon, drowning a despaired, desolate soul. But the smallest ray of light can force away the dark with the merest glimpse of its beam. The tiniest ray of hope can shove away all the terror and uncertainty. In a dark cave, tavern, or tunnel, where horrific, despairing thoughts can take hold by captivating the mind, bringing it into its dark recesses, not unlike quicksand. However, the tiniest light from the outside can be held out like a helping hand. It is so powerful, even darkness, that is tenfold its size, cowers away, allowing the light to save the victim and lead them to liberation. And through this small hole where light can creep in, conquering the inky black tendrils, this route can lead towards peace, joy, and whatever thy wills. However, it is fragile. This glimmer of a dream can easily be pulled out of reach, be lost or broken. This hope must be kept awoken, kept alive like a flame, or else when it withers and dies, hope shall as well. So feed the flame, allow it to lead to a place where it may thrive and grow, into a blazing inferno, out of the claustrophobic cave, out into the world, where this hope shall rise as foretold.
So this is to the graduating 8th graders. We've had this discussion a lot. Don't quit. When things go wrong, as they sometimes will, when the road you're trudging seems all uphill, when the funds are low but the debts are high, and you want to smile but you have to sigh, when care is pressing you down a bit, rest if you must, but don't you quit. Life is strange with its twists and turns, as every one of us sometimes learns, and many failures turn about when we might have won had we stuck it out. Don't give up, do the pace seem slow. You may succeed with another blow. Success is failure turned inside out, the silver tint of the clouds of doubt. You can never tell how close you are. It may be near when it seems so far. So stick to the fight when your heart is hit. It's when things seem worse that you must not quit.
Next up, we have Hayden Ramos from 8B.
Life's quest. Back in the day, in the wild, wild west, a cowboy set out to face a new quest. The journey was rough and the terrain was tough, but he continued on until the brink of dawn. He faced many trials and walked many miles. He got hurt and scarred, but never let down his guard. So he kept on riding and didn't go into hiding. Even though he went through a lot, he never forgot to keep his head up and not get fed up. Until finally, after all the work, he let out a smirk. Because staying positive, well, it really did work.
Be the best of whatever you are, by Douglas Mallock. If you can't be a pine on the top of the hill, be a scrub in the valley, but be the best little scrub by the side of the rill. Be a bush if you can't be a tree. If you can't be a bush, be a bit of the grass, and some highway happier make. If you can't be a muskie, then just be a bass, but the liveliest bass in the lake. We can't all be captains, we've got to be crew. There's something for all of us here. There's big work to do, and there's lesser to do, and the task you must do is the near. If you can't be a highway, then just be a trail. If you can't be the sun, be a star. It isn't by size that you win or you fail. Be the best of whatever you are.
Next up, we have Reese Mayer from 8C.
The beauty of time's embrace. As we journey through life, the years unfold, growing older, wiser, with stories yet untold. Each passing day, a chapter in our book, filled with memories, both joys and shook. With every sunrise, we gain a new line, engraved upon our faces, a map of time. But within those lines lies wisdom's grace, a testament to the challenges we embrace. We may move a bit slower, our steps more measured, yet our spirits grow bolder, our hearts more treasured. For with age comes a deeper sense of self, a pool of experiences, like treasures on a shelf. We learn to cherish moments, both big and small, to savor the sweetness of life, to answer its call. And as the years pass, we gain a clearer view of what truly matters, of what is real and true. So let us embrace the journey, growing old with grace, finding beauty in wrinkles, lines on our face. For with each passing year, we become refined, like a vintage wine, aged and beautifully designed. Remember, age is but a number. It's the wisdom and love that makes a life wonder. Embrace the journey, for growing old is a gift, a chance to live fully, to uplift and uplift.
This goes out to the St. Luke's class of 2024, a new chapter in life. We look at you and wonder where all the years have gone. What happened to your yesterdays? It hasn't been that long. Since you were learning how to ride a bike and catch a ball, when did you grow so confident? How did you grow so tall? We look at you and wonder at how the years go by. Who showed you how to find your wings? Who taught you how to fly? You stand before us on this day, prepared to step into a special chapter of your life, written just for you. We look at you and wonder, and then we realize the time has come to see you through a different pair of eyes. The person you've grown into is a gift beyond the rest. So we tell you that we love you, and we count ourselves truly blessed.
All right, and now we have I Think I'm Going to Like It Here from the musical Annie, performed by our middle school ensemble, chorus, orchestra, all of the things. They've been working very hard on their musical first day.
Your locker's right here next to mine. Locker buddies? Oh boy!
Your math is taught by Mr. Jones.
Math is hard. I like English best.
Your English class is down the hall. Oh, and you're Miss Holman. She's so great.
I think I'm gonna like it here.
The swimming pool is to the left.
I'm from Nevada. I can't even swim.
The soccer field is in the back.
Do you play?
Yeah.
Oh, I never have.
I'll get you ready by the spring. The boys went out. We'll go to games.
I think I'm gonna like it here.
When you're here, never fear. You will find your way. Though you're new, you will soon find that you want to stay. No need to buy old school lunch.
That's okay. My parents packed mine anyway.
You'll never have to sit alone. We have but one request, just do your very best.
I know I'm gonna like it here. Used to move all new schools where I wouldn't stay. Check me now, holy cow, crushing it on my first day.
Come on, I'll show you where her room is.
I've never had a group of friends.
She's never had a group of friends.
I'm very glad to volunteer.
So you understand, we'll make it hand in hand. We know you're gonna like it here. Welcome.
Our judges are making their final deliberations, so we have one more poem read by Ms. Kisner.
A poem by William Henry Dawson. You hear it? Okay. Guide thou my steps. I do not ask to have revealed today each step that is in tomorrow's pathway lies. But 'tis for this, O Lord, I humbly pray. Guide thou my steps aright from day to day. If thou wilt only lead me, let me feel thy hand at each new step while traveling toward the skies. Firm as a rock, in fiercest storm I'll stand. Guide thou my steps aright to heaven's land. If thou deep sorrows veil I'm called to tread, and darkest clouds from me thy face doth hide, let me remember that my Lord hath said, I'll never leave thee, though all my friends have fled. But if thy touch, dear Savior, I may know, then troubles see how rough, how deep, how wide, it matters not, can never be overflow. Guide thou my steps, and I aright shall go.
It is a joy and a privilege to be here today. It's quite an emotional day for me.
This is our 16th annual Poetry Slam, and in 2007, I was asked to be part of a group to create a new event for St. Luke's, and became the Poetry Slam. And I've been doing it every year, and I'm going to retire, but I know God will keep this event going on. I would like to highlight someone else who's here in the room also, and that's Mrs. Nugent. She's been with me all the way from the very beginning, and she served on the judges panel, and now she's a mom today because she had a son in the competition. But thank you for your dedication and faithfulness, and that's a lot of years to stick with the same program, so thank you. We can clap for her. And then I would like to thank our 24 contestants. What you did today was a hard thing, coming up front to speak, all the way from first grade through eighth grade, coming up in front to talk in front of the whole school. And all of you are winners. If we had awards for everybody, I'd love to give everybody awards. But let's give another round of applause or snaps for those people. And then I have several people I'd like to thank. I'd like to thank the teacher and staff readers. I'd like to thank my fellow committee members. I have Mrs. Kisner and Ms. Jones and Ms. Creo. I'd like to thank our wonderful musicians who just performed for you. That was awesome. AV and Tech Department, maintenance for setup. Mrs. Abel, she purchases the awards. Mrs. Bursch printed the certificates, and Mr. Jackson signed them. And on our judging panel, joining me, I have Ms. Correo, who is our Cubs teacher. We have Mrs. Peters, who you see on Wednesdays, Associate Director of Worship Arts, an awesome singer, and Mrs. McLaughlin, who's one of our church musicians. Okay, scoring. For Poetry Slam, the judges are given the poems 2 weeks in advance, at least, and they score the first part, which is content. They look for things like vocabulary, figurative language, point of view, ideas. Do they capture human emotions? And is there some type of rhyme or rhythm to the poem? Then what you see today is the second part, the performance. Looking for things like, does the poet speak clearly? Do they project their voice? Do they convey the mood and theme of the poem through their energy? We have 3 overall winners. So those who have the highest total will be announced Poetry Slam winners. We have 1 winner for grades 1 through 2, 1 for grades 3 through 5, and 1 for grades 6 through 8. And these prizes are awesome. You get a medal that's engraved in the back, St. Luke's Lutheran Poetry Slam 2004, so you can remember it forever. And you get a $50 gift card to Barnes & Noble. That's $50 gift card. All right, it's time for us to announce our winners. And when I call your name, I'd like you to come forward, and Ms. Jones is going to present your medal Olympic style around your neck and then give you a gift bag, and I'd like you to stay up front, because after we have all 3 announced, then we'd like Mrs. Bursch to come forward to take a picture of the winners for the Wildcat, and then the parents are invited to come also to take pictures if they would like to do that. Then we'll conclude our Poetry Slam with Ms. Jones saying a prayer. So let's begin. For her poem, Yellow, from Class 2C, Quimbley Majkowski. They are next from grades 3 through 5 for her poem, How Special Am I, from Class 5B, Lael Hain. And I'm just going to say this, she's a back-to-back winner. You never know. Sometimes we do have back-to-back winners. That happened before with a few other students. And our final winner, grades 6 through 8, for her poem, Hello Stranger, from 6C, Silvana Pineda. Congratulations to all our winners. It's all right, thank you. We'll let them highlight, thank you. And parents are welcome to come up. And while they're finishing up, thank you again, everyone who's come to the Poetry Slam and those who have done it through the years. And I just appreciate all of you, and to God be the glory.
Let's hear it again for all of our poets and all of our performers today. All right, let's go ahead and end in prayer. So let's fold our hands, bow our heads. Dear Heavenly Father, thank you again for each of these students and the words that you inspired each of them to write. We ask that you be with each of us as we go about our day and make everything we say and do glorify you. In your holy, precious name we pray, amen. Thank you for joining us, and have a wonderful rest of your day.